Are you a chiropractor with a struggling practice, having a hard time finding and keeping patients? Is your staff falling short of expectations? I'm Dr. Scott Sawyer, and DC Trainings has the answers that you need. So tune in now and find out how. Hello, everybody. Welcome to DC Trainings. I'm Dr. Scott Sawyer, and it's great to be with you today. I'm using my laptop, so I don't have the big camera and stuff today, but you're going to still get the great information that you always get and that you've come to expect from our weekly webinars through DC Trainings and our weekly podcasts. But I am, again, really happy to be with you today. I just want to start off our webinar with a word of just gratitude for what we have in our possession. As Dr. BJ Palmer, the developer of chiropractic, put it, our sacred possession. And it's just so amazing that we're able to help so many people. And as a flash to the past, when I first got out of chiropractic school, which was 25 years ago, there was a different mindset about chiropractic than there is today. And I even feel like in the last 2 years with COVID and just pressure from the standpoint of health and vulnerability and all of that, that times have changed again. And they've changed for the better for chiropractic because there's such a draw by people to seek out a good chiropractor. And I'm just seeing this everywhere I go. And I'll share another story with you about that with you in a minute. But I just wanted to kick off today, as I said, with a word of gratitude. We're in the holiday season. It's a great time to be thankful for abundant health, for our families, for our loved ones, for our patients, for our practice members, for our community members. So much to be thankful for. And at the top of that list, in my opinion, is to be thankful for chiropractic. So let's jump into our topic today. We are in week 4 already of module 6, which means we're moving right along. We're halfway through the module. I just want to remind everybody that our next seminar on January 21st of 2023 will be coming up very quickly. So please be sure to go on the website and RSVP for that seminar. It will be a live seminar and a virtual seminar. So we'll have both streaming and live attendance. Live attendance will be at my office like last time. And so I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. It'll be great to have a day of chiropractic. And we'll be talking about team development, as you can see on your screen. So team development is our next module. And what'll kick this off and really kick off just a great year is that I'll be not only showing you how to find and hire the right people to join your team, the right CAs, the right doctors, just creating a great team, but I'll also show you how to manage that team. And it's not so much management. I mean, I know that's a word that we're all familiar with, but it's more about leadership, because as I've shared with my children and they've made me aware of, you can't ask for respect. You can't command respect. You have to earn respect, right, through your actions. And as a team leader in a dynamic chiropractic practice, we want to make sure that we're walking our talk so that we can lead by example and so that we can earn the respect of our team and inspire them to better themselves and better the world through providing chiropractic care. So that's what we'll be diving into in module 1. And again, I look forward to seeing you all there. I want to kick this off because our topic is referral marketing. And I want to just emphasize this. And as you can see on your screen, it says your time with existing patients is valuable marketing time. And it certainly is. I was in my office yesterday adjusting lots of patients, and I had several patients throughout the day that brought up conversations that were sort of unrelated to the care that I was providing. And, you know, they didn't mean anything by it. They were just passing conversation or bringing up conversation. But for me, when I'm really focused on helping patients, in the back of my mind, I think, what are they paying me for right now? They're obviously paying for this visit and they're paying for my expertise as a doctor. And so it's really amazing with our practice, how much we can teach our patients during their visits. Now, in addition to that, so we're not wasting time, we also want to be marketing our practice. So the reason why I'm tying those two together is because yesterday I had several patients that brought up questions such as, I'm having this one woman stands out, she had pain down her arm. And she said, I don't know what's causing it. Now, in the back of my mind, I didn't say this, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking, you've been coming in as a patient here for 6 months and you still don't think, okay, that traces to my spine. I mean, she's come to the orientation, she's heard all of the education sequences that we have. I would have thought she would have immediately thought, well, I've got pain down my arm. It must be coming from my neck. There's probably a subluxation. I should go get adjusted. But her comment about, I don't know where it's coming from, just illustrated how, in our busy, for the layperson, in our busy day-to-day lives, we don't connect the dots as much. Now, what does that have to do with our topic today? Well, as in our topic today, which is referral marketing, we're going to be looking at this because during the adjusting, your time with your patients is important, not only to educate them about the benefit of chiropractic and what it is that they're experiencing and the potential for the results. It's also, it's about teaching them to be watching how chiropractic care could help other people. So in this example of the arm pain, that was with that patient, but there's another one, and I'll show you this when we come back to this, because there's ways that you can stimulate that thought process so that when your patient leaves your practice, they can go talk to other people about what it is that they're experiencing and how chiropractic care might help them too, right? So this, obviously we're shifting from the first part of module 6 now into marketing, and I want to make sure that you have the right tools for marketing your practice so that you have an abundance of new patients. In other words, you have more new patients than you can handle, and that's important. Now, I told you I was going to take a flashback to when I first started my practice. And what's interesting to me is that 25 years ago, when I asked people about, who's your chiropractor, or have you ever been to a chiropractor? Many times the answer was, well, I don't have a chiropractor, or I've never been to a chiropractor. That rarely happens now. It rarely happens. And what I mean by that is that chiropractic in the last 25 years has grown to be such an accepted standard of care that everybody either has had a chiropractor or they know about chiropractic, so that they are more open-minded to the concept of going to a chiropractor for some health problem or challenge, or just going to a chiropractor. So it's been really great to see how that's changed over the years and how much more receptive patients are. So again, I wanted to share that with you because I'm going to go back to the slide here and whoops. Bouncing around a little bit. Oh, where to go? Okay, here we go. So the time that we have with our patients is valuable marketing time, and I'll show you how to do that today. Every satisfied patient knows somebody who can benefit like they have. So, and this is kind of interesting because when patients come in, let's say a patient comes in with a headache, and that's what brought them to the chiropractor. Well, in their mind, and of course, I'm going to assume here, I don't want to be too presumptuous, but I'm going to assume that after getting adjusted, their headaches are gone and cured, and it's a miracle and they never have them again, because that happens so often with chiropractic care. So in their mind now, they associate chiropractic care with helping headaches. Now, if they've never had indigestion or lower back pain or other symptoms, they may not connect those dots and associate chiropractic care as a great approach for those other conditions. And that's okay. We can't blame them for that. But this is where we want to start sparking thoughts in people's mind and really expanding their knowledge so that they can think, oh, my friend's having a health problem. They could use a chiropractic adjustment. Even though it's not the same one I had, it's something that chiropractic care could probably help with. And so they should go see my chiropractor, right? And that's why on the screen, as I said, every satisfied patient knows somebody who could benefit like they have. It may not be the same condition, but that's our job, doctors, to be talking about other conditions that chiropractic care can help with. And then that way, when your patients leave your office, the blinders are off and they start to understand chiropractic care can help with so many things. And we're going to give some examples of that today during this topic. Let's keep going. And I want to I'm going to jump into the documents in a minute, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time right on this slide because I'll show you the details. But the very first, foremost, and best way to attract new patients is through referrals. And we've put together a great referral marketing outline and script for you that shows different scenarios of how you can stimulate more referrals for your practice. Think about it. A new patient that comes to your practice that was referred by a friend or a family member doesn't cost you any money in marketing. You didn't have to go rent a booth. You didn't have to pay for Google Ads. You didn't have to buy time on Facebook. Like, all those things are not part of that equation. And so it's literally the most inexpensive and most reliable way to attract new patients, because as we all know, word of mouth travels a long ways. And as just a fun little story, this was a famous quote by Mark Twain or Samuel Clemens. And he said, it's a funny thing that bad news will make it halfway around the world before good news has a chance to get up and put his boots on. So what does that have to do with what I'm talking about? It goes to another quote that I told you about, where people will do much more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. See? So again, we're going to stimulate word of mouth, we're going to stimulate referrals, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. I just got a note that you can't hear the audio, so I apologize. So let me just tell you about that video. What that is, there's a couple of key things that are going on in this video that have to do with securing a new patient appointment from somebody that you meet. So here's doctor talking to a potential patient anywhere. It could be at the grocery store, it could be at the bank, anywhere. And he says, I'm a chiropractor. And she says, oh, I've been looking for a chiropractor. And he says, great, I'd love to help you. What is it that's troubling you? Oh, I've been having headaches. Wow, we'd love to see if we can help you with those headaches. Here, let me reserve a time for you, because my practice is very busy, and I'll reserve a time in my office. I'll give you the time, and then later I'll have my front desk call you to confirm that that's the best time for you. And he writes down her name, her phone number. He has her name and number. Then on another paper, he writes down his office, the appointment time, and the contact number, and he gives that to her. Now, what happened? We just bumped into somebody anywhere, anytime, and we booked a new patient appointment. Okay, see, that's important to have that ability. Now, I'll tell you what usually happens. Most of us, we say, I'm a chiropractor, and the person says, oh, I've been wanting to get a chiropractor. Oh, that's great. Well, you should call me sometime. Okay, great. And by the way, here's my card. You can call me. Now, that's like fishing. And my kids love to fish. I like to fish too, but I'd rather call myself a catcher than a fisher. Well, catcherman than a fisherman. I don't know if that's even a term, but you get my point. I'm a catcher. I can't sit in a boat with a pole for hours and hours and hours and feel like I had fun. I want to go out and catch stuff. So in terms of new patients, we can market all day long, but unless there's new patients coming in the door, I'm not a big fan. So we want to make sure that we're actually marketing in a way that brings in new patients. And that's why I showed you that video. And again, I apologize about the sound, but those are the high points. Now I'm going to keep going here, because we're going to talk about testimonial marketing. I'll give you the outline on that. That's another form of marketing, and that'll benefit you in your practice. With testimonial marketing, you're showcasing your practice in a way that, as Dr. B.J. Palmer called it, attracts the eye to reach the mind. Attract the eye to reach the mind. Now, what does that mean? That means that when people walk into your practice, what do they see? They should see educational things. They should see, a nice professional office. They should also see stories about the people that you've helped and the specific things that you've helped them with. And I can't tell you how much this happens in my practice, because it happens so often, almost on a daily basis, where a person will come in and it's either a new patient, or it's a friend of a patient, or it's a family member of a patient, and they go back to get adjusted, and they see on the walls these stories. And maybe they're coming in, like I said, with headaches, but through what's on the walls, they are now seeing stories of other conditions. They came in with headaches, but then on the wall, they're seeing these pictures of low back pain, or asthma, or indigestion, or insomnia, or high blood pressure, or depression. And all these conditions have been cured through chiropractic care. They're going to start to connect the dots. And the next time they're talking to a friend or a family member, and the family member says, oh, I didn't sleep last night, I've been having trouble with insomnia, the light bulb's going to go on, and they're going to say, oh, you know what? I saw a story at my chiropractor's office about somebody who had trouble sleeping, and then they had great results through chiropractic care. Their friend says, I didn't know chiropractic care could help with insomnia. My medical doctor just said I have to take these pills. Well, if you'd like a natural way to approach that, then you should see my chiropractor, right? And that's how the specific the specific conditions that maybe aren't what your patient came in with, they start to branch out, and you'll start to see more referral from that conversation, right? So let's keep going, because I'm gonna come back to this with the documents that are on the website. So that's the testimonial marketing. This is how to showcase your office with stories of lots of different conditions that people have been helped with. Not only does it help your, your reputation, your image, your authority on healthcare, but it stimulates referrals through those pictures. Okay, so just line your walls. I'm going to show you some pictures here. But before I do that, this is how it works. So when a patient comes in and they say, "Hey, I've been having great results. My headaches are gone." Well, that's fantastic. Would you be willing to share your story? Yes, I would. Okay, great. Let me give you this paper. You can just sit in the reception for just a few minutes and go ahead and fill this out and answer these questions. And then once they do, or I'm sorry, I'm talking to the patient. Once you do that, I'll myself or my staff will call you. They'll get more details, and we'll put this together in a story, and we'll showcase this in the office. It'll be a great story. It'll be fantastic to share your experience and results. And at the same time, we can share information for more people, so we can help more people to feel like you and get great results. Oh, that'd be great, doctor. Okay, and then you take that and run with it. Okay, so there's the questions for you. Now, this is my office. I'm going to show you two views. This is looking down one hall, and you can see, if you look at my mouse, how all on this one wall, there's 3 different stories or testimonials, and on the other wall, there's 2. So literally, I only have 1 or 2 generic posters in my whole office. Every other poster that's up on all the walls, and the walls are covered with these, are all custom stories with conditions and testimonials and pictures of patients doing amazing things. Like this one in the middle is a patient of a very famous surfer, and everybody knows him in my town. He's a very famous surfer, and there's a picture of him surfing on the wall. So when people come in, there's that instant recognition, and then authority about, or connection with somebody else that they know in the community. So put these up on your walls. Make sure that you're showcasing your office. Here's another angle, and you can see down the other wall, there's more pictures. On this one, we have 3 more testimonials and 3 more stories. So putting those up and showcasing your office is really good. Let's take it to the next level, which is the coupon marketing. And the coupon marketing aspect of your practice. And again, this doesn't cost very much money. It just costs enough. You have to get a picture frame and order business cards, thousands of them. But again, that doesn't cost very much money. So we're going to talk about the promotional coupon first. And the way that this works is every month you pick a day. So I'll use my office as an example. So the first Monday or Wednesday or Friday of the month, so it alternates on different months, my CA gives me a big stack of business cards. They put them right on my desk when I walk in and I start when I'm getting ready to start adjusting. And I know, okay, today is promotional coupon day. And I stuff my pockets with those coupons. And every patient that I see that day gets 3 or 4 promotional coupons. I'm calling them business cards, but they're actually coupons. And you can see it on your screen. It's a discount evaluation card. And this is the back of it. The back of it has a discounted offer, a coupon, right? So there's an incentive for them to take advantage of this so that they can receive chiropractic care. It also has the name of a condition. So on this card, if you can see this, it says migraine free, and it has a testimonial about a patient who used to have migraines and no longer has migraines. Now that's going to tie in not only on this card, but it's also going to tie into the condition of the month, which I'll show you in a moment. But there's a sense of urgency with this coupon because there's a discount on it, or a discount for services, which incentivizes the patient to pass this out to some friends, and then those friends will want to use that to come in and schedule an appointment. Now let's look at the condition of the month. So that was the coupons. The condition of the month ties in with the condition that was on the coupon. So I didn't match these perfectly. On the coupon, it had migraines. This condition of the month is heartburn. So here's a patient whose heartburn disappeared after getting chiropractic care. And this poster. This is right at our front desk, and the picture, the framed picture, has the condition of the month, and that goes for the first 2 weeks of the month, because on the first Monday, Wednesday, or Friday of the month, I'm passing out all the business cards, and that correlates with the condition of the month that's framed and hung at the front desk. So they can see that, and they can read the story, they can see the cards, and it has more of a connection or a tangibility, so that they'll be more inclined to pass those coupons out to their friends and family. The second 2 weeks of the month switches over to the patient of the month. And this is a patient of our choosing by the office. We choose together, and the patient of the month gets recognition for the second 2 weeks of the month. And we hang their picture up at the front counter, and we recognize some great attribute about them. And it changes. These are things that we want to recognize in our patients. I know many of you have children. If you have children, you know that you want to reward the activities that you want to see more of, right? So, well, I don't have to think of examples for the children, but with the patients, we want to reward the activities that we want to see more of. So if you can think of some examples of that, I'll give you a couple of them. Would you like to have less missed appointments? Great. Then recognize a patient for the month based on their consistency with their appointments. Like if you have a patient that has not missed any appointments and they're doing great, they're just right on track. Or if they do have to miss an appointment, they always call to reschedule before the appointment, so that the CA at the front desk can then put somebody into that appointment spot because the patient called in advance to move their appointment to another time. Wouldn't that be great if all of our patients did that? That's the kind of activity that we want to reward and we want to recognize. And so we can showcase that through our patient of the month. So let me give you some examples. Our patient of the month could be recognized for consistency with their chiropractic care. And that's what this one says on the screen. It says, "Thank you for your consistency to chiropractic care." This is a patient we want to recognize for not missing any appointments. Another one might be, "Thank you for your referrals." We have a patient who's been referring lots and lots of people. We want to recognize them, then they become our patient of the month. What about a patient who has been had great results? Well, that could tie in with the condition of the month too, but more to the point, we should recognize a patient of the month based on their great results, right? If you have somebody who's referring in their family, their children, if you want to see more children, recognize those things that you want to see more of. You could recognize that somebody has great insurance. I'm kidding, not that one. No, that's a joke. Just kidding. But the other ones, I'm serious. Those are the examples that you want to use. So there's your patient of the month and condition of the month. Condition of the month starts the month with the first 2 weeks. We hang it at the front desk. We also pass out our promotional coupons to go along with that condition of the month. Then the second 2 weeks of the month, it switches. We hang up a picture of our patient of the month, and then we recognize our patient for that. And it switches month in and month out. As we go through the year, I'll encourage you, decide on 12 conditions that you'll use through the year, right? If you have 12 conditions, each month is laid out for the entire year, and I have them all laid out. Some examples I'll show you in just a moment. Okay, so let's keep going. Then the last topic for today, and there's many, many marketing avenues that we can use, but this is a great one as it relates to the restrictions softening up around COVID, right? Appreciation marketing. Appreciate your patients. Show them you care. Put on a patient event that appreciates them. I have an example here that I'm not going to play. I'll just show it to you. But you want to appreciate your patients and show your patients that you're committed to your community through patient appreciation events. And this is a picture of an event that we did. We had well over 100 people that came to my office. We had it catered. We had live music. We raffled off prizes. It was a lot of fun. That's kind of a bigger event. On a smaller scale event, you could just pick a day once a quarter and bring in some treats, some cookies or some organic foods or fruits, and put those on the counter and just put up some balloons and say, "Hey, it's our patient appreciation day. We want to appreciate our patients. Help yourself to some hot cider or some fresh organic fruit. We just want to say we appreciate you." That goes a long ways. Your patients will love it, and then they'll refer more people. Okay. So we won't play the video, but that's what that looks like. Now, that's some examples. Let me actually, real quickly, I just want to recognize some of our members with DC trainings. And I also want to say, if you know of a chiropractor who's struggling in practice, I just heard some terrible news for me, and that is that a chiropractor that practices in my town had been struggling for a long time. and he actually closed his office and took a job at Home Depot. That's where he's working. I actually didn't know this had happened, but I bumped into him at Home Depot and I said, Alan, my gosh, it's great to see you. Why are you working at Home Depot? And he said, well, with COVID and just couldn't make it in practice, I had to get another job to support my family. And that's sad to me, because not only do we have just this miraculous tool that we can offer humanity through chiropractic care, but it's such a valuable tool and people could be helped so much that there's no reason why we shouldn't all have very successful practices. So if you know of a chiropractor, and by the way, I told him, just come to my seminar. It's on me. I just want to see you come. I want to help you do what I can. And by helping you, we can serve more people. And just come, we'll go from there. But if you know of any chiropractors that are struggling, please refer them to DC trainings. For referring a new member, you'll actually get a free month of training. So it's a $195 value as a thank you for referring others. And they can actually sign up for what's called the trial membership, which is only $95 to test out DC trainings. They get time with me, they get all the tools. And anyways, I would just love to help them. So a couple of items here on the materials. Here's the referral marketing outline and script. This has 3 different ways to stimulate more referrals. The first way is the doctor or CA meet a person anywhere, anytime. And doctors, I want to encourage you to train your CAs on this. Make sure that they're aware of these different occasions that come up or opportunities that come up to share chiropractic and bring in more new patients. My CAs refer tons of new patients all the time. So it's really something that's a team effort. The second is when an existing patient brings a lead, as I will call it, but it brings a friend or a family member into your practice. That's somebody who's a non-patient. So if your own patients are bringing people in that are not patients, those people should become a patient, right? So this goes through how to attract them and stimulate a conversation or start a conversation around them becoming a new patient. And then the last one is a patient offers a lead, and then the staff follows up with that lead. And the way this starts out is a patient walks in and says, hey, doc, or hi, CA. Hey, I was just wondering, does the chiropractic care help with X, anything? And it's probably something that they didn't have themselves, so they're asking the question. And that's what stimulates the conversation. So we show you here how to turn that into a new patient appointment, right? What you don't want to do is say, oh yeah, we help with that. Tell your friend to call us. We'll be happy to see him. That's not going to go very far. We actually want to end up with an appointment in hand and make sure that new patient comes in. And then we also go through have a spinal screening scenario. So I know some of us do spinal screenings, and that's great. And especially during the COVID stuff, not as many spinal screenings were happening. But I look at spinal screenings as an opportunity that comes up anytime I'm talking to somebody who's not my patient. Anytime, right? That becomes a spinal screening, right? Because I'm going to talk to them about how I might help them. They're probably going to share with me some concerns they have around their health. And then I'm going to check their spine, or I'm going to ask them some questions, ultimately leading to a new patient appointment. So anywhere, anytime, there are spinal screenings happening. You can also do it in front of a huge group of people. You can go to an art and wine show. There's a lot of different varied events that happen for spinal screenings. And this goes through all of those, even how to schedule them with companies. So that's there for you. And then the next one is the testimonial marketing. So read through that, work with your CAs. You can cover your walls with beautiful stories and testimonials. So that's on the website for you. And the testimonial questions, which I showed you. Here's the outline for the coupon marketing, and it shows you exactly how to prepare for that. So get your cards printed up, deliver them every month, offer services that, and there is a legality issue that I wanted to share with you, because what you don't want to do is offer free exams that are then charged to an insurance company or a patient in a different circumstance. Make sure that you're doing something that if you're going to market these on a coupon, free consultations. I always do a free consultation. I never charge anybody for a consultation. And so on those coupons, what you'll see is that we're offering a complimentary consultation. So there's the coupon marketing outline. And again, this right here, I just want to emphasize that because it is at least in the state of California, I know not all of you are from California, but in the state of California, it is actually not okay to offer a free service on a coupon and then charge for that same service to an insurance company. Okay, so pick a service in your office that's always free and use that service through your coupon marketing. And then last, the appreciation marketing. This one you can go big, you can go small, and it shows you exactly how to do that. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions on that, because coupon appreciation marketing is a big one. We do it all the time in my office. We have a lot of fun with it, and that's a good one. Okay, with that, that wraps up our topic for this week. Okay, so next week we'll get into health talk marketing, and that is going to be fun. So don't miss it. It'll be next week. You can pre-register if you'd like. That would help us. But next week will be the health talk marketing, and I'll show you not only doing sort of public talks like at companies, but I'll also show you just how to organize your talks in-house, just to your own patients. And what I love about that is that it builds up confidence in how you communicate the chiropractic message to your patients. I'm glad everybody joined today. And remember, with referral marketing, it doesn't cost you a lot of money. So reach out to your patients. Your patients are happy to help you. But anywhere you go, anywhere you meet, you're going to be able to meet people. And people are going to want to know how chiropractic care works or how it can help them, or they're going to tell you about some conditions they have. So what I love about it, and I told you I was going to finish up with this. Yesterday, I was in my office all day. We adjusted well over 100 people, had a great day, full day. I worked 11 hours, loved it, hopped in my car and drove up to Kirkwood, where I am right now, because I don't see patients on Thursdays, and I'm going to go out there and go skiing. So it's time to go skiing, and but do what you love what you do, take care of the people that depend on you, and keep them healthy so they can do what they love and love what they do. And from doing that together, we're going to spread the word of chiropractic, bring more health to humanity, have a great time doing it, and have big, successful practices. I will talk to you next week. Thanks again.
If you would like to become a member of DC Trainings, be sure to head on over to dctrainings.com to get started today.